Like, anybody with any human decency would give you a refund. Antibody. Like, I wasn't thinking that she wouldn't give me a refund. Like, look at my scalp. Of the video, your girl is back again with another story time. If you to my channel, hey girl, hey. And if you're a returning subscriber, I don't even gotta say anything, because you know what's up, I know what's up, we know what's up, and that's on lit. That's on lit. That's on period. And Mary had a little lamb. So as y'all can see by the title of the video, today I'm telling y'all about another horrible experience that I had with a Houston hairstylist. So I posted on my community tab yesterday letting y'all know I was going to give y'all this story time today or tomorrow, but I guess I needed to do it today, y'all, because somebody reposted the picture that I put on my community tab discussing a situation with a stylist, which I initially was not going to do a story time on it, but her response, and she was just so unprofessional. I was just like, yeah, I'm definitely doing a story time. And apparently a few of y'all sent me the post and tagged me in the post on Facebook saying that it went viral, and there was just all types of speculations about what happened to my hair. I read so many comments, y'all, and it's just crazy. Somebody went on Facebook and said I had recently got my hair permed and I went straight to the stylist house. I had a chemical peel. Somebody else said I had fungus on my y'all, somebody said I had fungus on my scalp and I knew my hair was messed up. I should never went to get my hair done because my scalp was sensitive. Somebody else diagnosed me with a skin disease. They said I had like a scalp infection. They were they went to cosmetology school and they learned about people with scalps like mine. Like, people was just saying wild things. I honestly y'all, I can't do anything but laugh about it, because it's crazy that anytime a situation like this happens, somebody always try to blame the client or the victim. Why are y'all blaming me for something that happened with a stylist? Y'all don't know what happened from a can of paint, so y'all are just speculating, and then y'all going on the internet making all these crazy stories up. I even seen a comment where somebody said that I put I think she said paint. I'm gonna put some of the comments on the screen, y'all, or at the end of this video, but somebody said I poured paint on my scalp just because I wanted my money back. I wanted a refund. I couldn't afford to get my hair done, so I put paint on my scalp, and that's why my scalp looked the way it looked. Somebody else said I edited the photo and I put red dots on my scalp because I honestly just can't make this up. It was just so many comments of people speculating and coming up with all these conspiracies about why my scalp looked the way it looked, and it wasn't the stylist's fault, it was my fault. Somebody else said I had a dandruff disease and that's why my scalp looked the way it looked. Somebody else said that I itched and irritated my scalp until it started to bleed. It didn't have anything to do with the stylist. It was just me, all on me. And it's comical, y'all. I can't do anything but laugh about it. But at the same time, it's really sad, because most of the people that was making these speculations and blaming me and saying that it was my fault the way my hair came out, the way it came out, was Black women. This was Black women. And this is why it's so hard to support Black businesses, because anytime something happens like this is what people do. People act like they never got their hair done in somebody's kitchen before. People act like they never got their nails done in somebody's basement before. Like, do y'all realize in order for a person to be in a shop, in order for a person to have a storefront, in order for a person to have a warehouse, you have to support people. I don't mind and I don't discredit kitchen stylists, because I understand everyone starts somewhere. Before y'all went to y'all beauticians, 9 times out of 10, y'all, she was doing hair in her kitchen just like anybody else. Before you went to your nail tech, they weren't always in a shop. They didn't always have a storefront. These people start off in their homes. Before you went to that bakery that you like so much and you buy their cookies and cakes, y'all think they just got a storefront, they got a bakery? No. Lil TT was doing it in her kitchen. She was doing it in her kitchen. She didn't just get a storefront and start baking. Like, I honestly do not get it, y'all. But again, this is why it is hard to support Black businesses, because anytime something happens like this, y'all are just like, oh, this is what you get because you went to a kitchen stylist and this and that. And it's just like, why are y'all acting like y'all never went to somebody that was still building and up and coming? Like, this is why it's really hard to support Black businesses. And as a business owner myself, I understand just because somebody doesn't have a lot of followers on Instagram, that doesn't mean that they're going to be unprofessional. I have been to plenty of stylists that were in shops. They were still very unprofessional, couldn't do work. I have been to at-home kitchen stylists, like y'all like to call it, and I have received beautiful customer service, got my hair done, no problem, like everything went well. So I don't want to say this happened to me just because I went to somebody's home and the person wasn't in the shop. And my real OGs know. Y'all remember my last story time? Well, it wasn't my last story time. It was a few months ago where I got my hair done by Africans in a African shop, and they could not stitch braid. And I told y'all how tight they did my hair. And did y'all see, I'm gonna post those videos in this video. Did y'all see any irritation or any swelling or any redness on my scalp? And everybody and their mama knows how tight African braiders braid. So I do not have a scalp condition. My scalp is not sensitive. What else did I see? I don't have fungus on my scalp. Honestly, y'all, just a disclaimer, nothing is wrong with my scalps. All the speculation is wrong. My scalp is okay, y'all. Like, I am fine. Another thing is Black women act like this is new. Like, y'all know, we as Black women, we have been conditioned to feel pain and adjust to pain when it comes to our hair. That term, beauty is pain, that just didn't get termed today. That wasn't coined today. This has been conditioned as a little girl. Y'all act like y'all never been burned or I don't know, like y'all never felt pain when getting y'all hair done. So many women commented on that last video, and they were saying they would leave African shops, or anytime they would get their hair braided, they would leave crying. Or y'all remember when we used to get the little bobs and wraps, and they would burn the back of your neck with the hot comb, or they would burn your ear or your forehead? What did your mother do? What your mother did? Your mother went home and she put butter on your neck. She put butter on your forehead. Y'all didn't call the police. Y'all didn't say this and that. Like, no. I don't know. I honestly don't know why. I don't know, y'all. It's just hard for me to understand how people, definitely Black women, can get on the internet and just act like they never felt pain, or anytime they felt any discomfort when getting their hair done, they immediately left. They left. And because I didn't leave, it was my fault because my scalp, what happened to my scalp. Like, no, we are conditioned at a very young age to feel pain. I remember being in elementary school when my mother would comb my hair and she would start here and she would be yanking and pulling my hair. Like, this is not anything new, y'all. And I honestly wish I would have left. I didn't know the condition of my scalp at the time of my appointment. But yes, y'all, as Black women, let me speak for me. As a Black woman, anytime I feel pain or discomfort with my hair, that is something that's very normalized. Anytime I have got braids in the past, once they get to the middle of my hair, it is a little uncomfortable, but it's not unbearable. I think that's all the disclaimers that I have. Yeah, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this story time. So y'all already know, in order for any of my story times to make sense, I have to give y'all a little backstory. So I had just came back from Atlanta for my cousin's wedding. Y'all know I'm new to Texas, so I don't really have a stylist. Another person said I cheated on my hairstylist. I actually do not have a stylist in Texas. If any of y'all can recommend me some well-known braiders, please link them down below. But I don't really have a stylist here. I did go to somebody a few months ago. The last time I had my hair braided was back in March, when that situation popped off with the Africans, and they scammed me. They told me that they could do stitch braids, they couldn't do it, and I had to take my hair out and I had to find another stylist. She didn't have any availability, y'all, so I just went on Facebook. I'm in this Houston, I think it's called like Houston Network or Houston Girls Group Chat or whatever, and I went in there and said, hey, does anybody know who can do knotless today? Y'all, I'm real indecisive. When I want my hair done, I get my hair done like immediately. I don't book appointments 2 weeks or a week in advance. Usually when I want my hair done, I just think of it right then and there and I get my hair done. So I went in there, and a lot of people had commented, probably like 7 or 8 people commented a list of people for me to go to get my hair done. And y'all, when I was going through this listing, it was just their booking sites were just really unprofessional. It was really hard. I screenshotted some of the things. Some of the stylists was saying, oh, if your hair is really thick, we're gonna have to charge you an extra $20. If your hair is longer than neck length, we're gonna have to charge you an extra $50. Please come comb, blow dried, and straight. And like the rules and stuff was just crazy until I came across this one stylist hair page, and she didn't have 1,000 followers, because I know some people are like, oh, if a person doesn't have thousands of followers, that means that it's not legit, it's a scam. But y'all, I promise you, her page was not giving scam at all. She had about 40 posts on her page. She did have knotless braids on her page, but she didn't have the short knotless braids on her page. But if you can do the short, you can do the long ones, y'all, you can definitely do the short ones. So I seen her page, I read her booking site. I'm not gonna put the screenshot of her booking site on here, just simply because her page is already removed. And another disclaimer, y'all, I'm not making this video to expose anyone. Honestly, it wouldn't feel right in my spirit for me to put her Instagram and all her information and expose her number, just simply because I know that the post on Facebook, it went viral, and I wouldn't feel comfortable having a lot of people go to her page and bully her and send her threats and things. And I know y'all thinking like, Asia, you dumb, blah blah blah. And y'all right, this girl gave me her booty crack, like the deepest part of her booty crack, to kiss. She gave me her booty crack to kiss. She didn't care about me. She was very insensitive, very unprofessional, but I just honestly would not feel right in my spirit to expose her. I don't make story times to expose people. If you're not new to my channel, y'all know I make these videos to be entertaining, something to laugh about, and just to kind of get it off my chest to make sure I'm not tripping. I don't care what anybody say by the end of this story time. I know that I was not wrong, and this was just ridiculous. But let me go ahead and get back into it, y'all. So I'm on her website, and this girl, she had the least amount of rules on her website. Everybody else that people recommended, they had like a page longs of different rules. Do not bring this, in all caps, red letters. It was just too much. I don't book with people that have that on their page, because I honestly feel like it gives unprofessional. If you a stylist and you watching this and you have a booking site and you're saying don't bring kids under this age, don't do this, like it really just gives unprofessional. I understand you had a bad experience in the past, but it just gives me bad vibes. I don't book with people like that, y'all. So on her booking site, she literally only had, I think, 4 rules. Let me pull it up because I do want to put all the receipts in this video. Okay, y'all, she had 3 rules. It said wash and blow dry your hair. Y'all know this is the era of where stylists charge the most to do the least work. I haven't been to a stylist in a minute that includes wash and blow dry. So this is the new norm. Like, this is normal. So I'm like, okay, I was gonna wash and blow dry my hair anyway, y'all, because at the time I had my hair in a updo, so I needed to wash my hair anyway, y'all. She said wash and blow your hair, plait your hair in 4 sections, and no extra guests. And then she also said it was going to be a $50 non-refundable deposit. I don't have an issue with paying a deposit. Also, for this style, she didn't have any pictures on her website of somebody with short knotless braids, but she did have pictures with long knotless braids. For the long knotless braids, it was $230, and for the short ones, it was $130. And then she said if I wanted to include the hair, it was going to be an additional $50. So in total, this style was going to cost me I'm lying, y'all, 180 plus an additional 10 to put the beads on there. So it was going to be 190, almost a $200 hairstyle, y'all. So I go ahead and DM her and I asked her, does she have any availability? Because it also said on her booking site, check in with her to make sure she has open availability. It did show, because I was actually trying to book the day of, y'all, so it did show that she didn't have any availability that day, but it also said at the bottom of her site to check. So I DM'd her. We're gonna go ahead and call this stylist Pickle Juice. So I DM'd Pickle Juice and I'm just like, hey boo, do you have what did I say? I think I said, hey girl, do you have any availability? Let me see if I screenshot that so I could put the receipts in here. Well, y'all, it's going to be on the screen. So I basically was just like, hey, do you have any availability for knotless? And she wrote me back and was like, yes, she has availability at 4 because she has class at another time. So I DM'd her back and was like, is that your earliest time? And I also asked her something else. Like I said, y'all, I don't have the receipts in front of me. I'm not logged into Instagram on, this is my business phone, so I'm not logged into Instagram. Hey y'all, I'm editing the video and I realized I told y'all that the deposit was $50, but actually it wasn't $50. As y'all can see in the screenshots, the deposit is half of the total price. So if the price is $200, the deposit is $100. My bad. Correspondence right here on the screen. She texts me her number. I text her. At this point, I let her know that I do want the beads and I also do want the hairs to be included. So she said it's going to be an additional $50. Once you pay your deposit, your spot is secured. She did tell me that she recommended me to Apple Pay her, but she said I could pay anyway. I don't have a problem with Apple Pay, y'all. I was already texting her, so I went ahead and I Apple paid her the $50 and she confirmed my appointment. Right after I Apple paid her, she sent me her address, apartment number, how to get into her community. She basically told me I didn't have to bring anything at all. I think she was just like, make sure you come blow dried and washed. That was it. She didn't tell me anything else. Fast forward to the next day of my appointment. I do want to right my wrongs, y'all. I'm not gonna play victim here. I'm not gonna act like I was completely perfect. This is where I take full responsibility of my wrongs. So the day of my appointment, I believe it's probably like 9 o'clock in the morning. Maybe, is it 9? I don't know, y'all. It's between 9 and 10 o'clock. My appointment is at 11. This girl lives in, Pickle Juice lives in downtown Houston, which is like 30 minutes from my crib. So I wanted to get there early, y'all. So I went downstairs, I cranked my car. For some reason, my car would not crank. So I had to get my car towed. I had to wait on them to come. Again, I still had like an hour before my appointment. It really wasn't a big deal. I honestly didn't think I was going to be late to my appointment, but the tow company came. They towed my car. I gave them a key. I got my car towed to the shop or whatever. I called the Uber. My Uber came. Once I got in my Uber, by this time, y'all, I didn't have time to eat breakfast or anything. So I asked my Uber to go by Chick-fil-A. I had already pre-ordered my food through the Chick-fil-A app, and I still had about 45 minutes to get to her apartment. I was not running late at all. Again, her apartment is about 30 minutes from me. So fast forward, I get my food. I'm eating my food in the car. And we in Houston, y'all. There's always traffic in Houston. It's probably like 10:30 now, and my appointment is at 11. And I can just already kind of tell I might be just a few minutes late. Probably no more than like 3 to 4 minutes late. So I went ahead and texted the stylist as a courtesy, because I know on her booking site she didn't say anything about a late policy. She didn't say anything about if you're late there was going to be a fee. It didn't say anything about if you're more than this amount of time late, I'm going to cancel your appointment. So I said, let me go ahead and text her and give her a courtesy. So I texted her and was just like, hey, I'm going to be about 10 minutes late. There's a lot of traffic. Homegirl texts me back. No more than like 2 minutes went by. She texted me back and she said, KK, cool. Didn't have a problem with it. Didn't have nothing going on with it, y'all. So I'm eating my food. I'm in my Uber. Fast forward, I pull up to her apartment. I was late. This is on me, y'all. I was about probably between no more than 10 minutes late, max 10 minutes late, y'all, but I do not know exactly how late I was. I was between probably like 5 and 8 minutes late. So as soon as I got there, I knocked on the door, y'all. She opened the door, and the first thing I see when she opened the door is this dog. The dog is literally hopping all over me. I am not scared of dogs, y'all, but I honestly, it's 11 in the morning. I honestly didn't want no dog all over me. I also had Chick-fil-A. I wasn't done eating my Chick-fil-A. So immediately, as soon as she opened the door, the dog like pounced on me. So we're going to call this dog Hot Cheeto. So Hot Cheeto pounces on me. So I'm just like, ooh, could you put him away? But I'm saying this with a smile on my face. I'm not being rude or anything, y'all. But I'm just like, woo, like, could you put him away? And she's like, oh, no, he don't bite. He don't bite. So I'm looking like, okay, I didn't ask you if he bite. I didn't ask you if he ate. I didn't ask you anything about the dog. I just asked you if you can put him away. But y'all, my tone was not off. I didn't say it rude or anything. I don't think I said, may you put him away. I was just like, ooh, can you put him away? And I'm clenching my Chick-fil-A bag. And she's like, no, he don't bite. He don't bite. Go sit down, Cheeto. Go sit down. She's like, yeah, you sit right here. You sit right here. She has my hair and everything prepped. Again, my style was included in the hair, y'all. She has the little braiding thing. All my hair is prepped. The rubber bands are out. The beads are out. The jam is out. Grease is out. All the products that she's using, everything is out. And she has this little beanbag futon type of chair. So I sit down in the chair, I eat my food, I ask her did she need me to do anything or whatever, and she's like, no, you're fine. And mind you, y'all, she did say that my hair, on her website, it did say that my hair was supposed to be parted in 4 sections, I guess to make it easy for her. But y'all, I totally forgot to do that. I did have my hair parted in 2 sections, and it was combed out, washed, and blow dried, but I forgot to put it in 4 sections. So I'm sitting there or whatever. The first thing she does, like, she grabs my ponytail, and she was like, oh, did you blow dry your hair? Are you sure? I'm like, yes, I did. I blow dried my hair. And she's like, oh, okay. Are you natural? And I'm just like, yeah, mind you, I don't know what natural is, y'all. I do have 4C hair, but she was just like, oh, are you natural? And I'm just like, yeah, I'm natural. And I carry on. I'm eating my food. At first, she is kind of, okay. At first, I thought she was kind of rude, y'all, but then again, she was like rude and friendly at the same time. After she was questioning me about my hair, immediately she hands me the remote. She was just like, oh, you can put whatever you want on, and we're watching something on Netflix, y'all. I put on the first thing I see, and it was like Love is Blind. She's like, oh, have you watched this? And she's just talking about Love is Blind, and she just asking me for where I'm from. So I'm telling her I'm from Florida. I just moved here. And she was like, oh, how did you find my page? How you found me? And I'm just like, I asked somebody on Facebook, and a few people on Facebook recommended you in like the girls network group chat. And she's like, oh, okay. And she goes ahead and she splits my hair in 4 parts, y'all, and she starts to prep my hair. And she wasn't rough with my head. I'm feeling perfectly fine. And then probably like after the first row of her part of my hair, because she basically preps the sections before she starts braiding, y'all. She doesn't prep one and then braid. She preps a row and then she starts braiding. So she preps the first row, and then she's just like, hey boo, it's gonna be a $20 late fee. That's gonna be added to your total. Is that okay? And I heard her say that, y'all, and I was like I was in my phone when she said that. So I'm just like, yeah, that's fine. And then she was just like, hey boo, did you hear me? I said, yeah, that's fine, or whatever. I look up at her, I'm like, yeah, that's fine. She's like, oh, okay. And then she just goes back to talking about Love is Blind, saying that the people are like dumb or whatever. They thinking they really gonna find a man and find true love in like 30 days or whatever. So we talking about the show, we kikiing, we laughing. I'm also in the middle of editing a video, y'all. So she's talking to me, and I'm not being very social just because I have my headphones in my ear and I'm editing the video. So in and out, she's just asking me little questions or whatever, and we chatting here and there, but I'm not really trying to chat with her just simply because I'm editing, y'all. I got my headphones in, like I'm in work mode right now. So I'm sitting there, she's doing it. As she's parting my hair feels perfectly fine. I don't have any scalp irritation, like nothing is wrong with my hair, y'all. And another thing I want to mention is when she was parting it, y'all, because a lot of people was asking, oh, what type of comb did she part your hair with? I'm gonna put a picture of the type of comb she parted my hair with, and I have used this comb on myself before, so I know you can accidentally get stabbed in the scalp with this type of comb. It's basically a rat tail comb with the metal tip, and it is sharp. But when she was doing the back of my hair, like the lower of my hair, nothing was wrong with my hair. My hair was completely fine. I didn't have any issues with my hair. So finally, it's probably like 1 o'clock now. So she's like 2 hours into doing my hair. We finally get to like the middle of my head. And while she's doing this, my scalp starts to like hurt. So every once in a while, like I'm going like this with my neck. I'm just like, and I'm making little faces. I'm squinting or whatever. So I'm thinking like, oh, maybe she's just braiding a little tighter. I'm not thinking that she has stabbed me in the scalp with the braid or anything, y'all. Because as she's like, another thing I want to mention is I never had knotless braids in my hair before, but I didn't think it was going to be a lot of tension. A lot of people were saying, oh, the reason why your hair looked like that was because she was braiding too tight. Y'all, the braids were not tight at all. She did not braid the braids tight at all. My hair was A-okay. She was not braiding tight. But at first, I thought she was braiding tight because I can't really feel what she's doing. I just know I felt a lot of tension on my hair. So I'm like squinting, I'm going like this or whatever, and she looks at me and she's just like, hey, am I hurting you? Did I stab you? Am I hurting you? You okay? And I'm just like, oh no, it's okay. I felt it, but it's fine. She had already stabbed me at my scalp one time, y'all, and after she stabbed me, what was I supposed to say? No, stop doing my hair? No, she's already in the middle of doing my hair, and she already has my card information on file because I put it on her booking website. So she stabbed me. I'm just thinking like, okay, it's not a big deal. I'm not thinking she actually punctured my scalp, y'all. I'm just thinking I got stabbed one time. Okay, I keep it moving or whatever. So I'm sitting there or whatever, and all around like the middle of my hair, it's just hurting really bad. Like I said, when she did the back of my hair, the side of my hair, the top of my hair, the front of my hair, I didn't feel any pain. I was fine. She is not a tight bird at all. Ooh, I'm sorry, y'all. Excuse me. I got gas. So she's doing my hair. After the first time she punctured my scalp, it hurt. But again, y'all, I'm not thinking that she actually really stabbed me in my scalp. I'm just thinking she yanked the braid too hard. Maybe she's parting too hard or whatever. But the third time, this is when I realized that this girl is really like fucking me up. In my brain, I'm kind of thinking like, do she know me? Does she know I got a YouTube channel? Like, did I do a story time about her in the past? Like, does she not like me? Like, do we got some unsolved beef going on? Because this is just becoming entirely too much. So this time, I go like this, y'all, because she parts the center of my hair and I yank back like that, and she's just like, oh my bad, I'm just really trying to make sure your parts are straight. Your hair is just super duper thick, and like the front of your hair is thick in the middle. And y'all, she's not lying. I do have 4C hair, but my hair is very thick and it's coarser in the middle. Nothing is wrong with my scalp. My hair is just really thick in the middle. So I yank. She apologizes again. She continues to part my hair, and when she's parting it, I did feel my braids, y'all. I was going like this before I let anybody finish my hair. I always like touch and kind of feel my hair to see what size it is. And also, probably like maybe 2 hours into her doing my hair, I also asked her, could I go to the bathroom? I didn't ask her if I can go to the bathroom to see my hair. I just honestly had to go to the bathroom, and she was just like, oh no girl, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. And also, the whole time while all of this going on, her little doggy Cheeto is like hopping all over me. He's all over the place. She's yelling at him every 5 to 10 minutes. She's trying to bust him in the head while he's doing my hair. It was just a lot going on with the dog. At this point, my head is like literally on fire. It hurt so bad. I really wanted to go to the bathroom to see what was going on with my hair, because my scalp was like literally on fire. But again, y'all, I'm thinking like, all right, she's just braiding really tight. You haven't got your hair braided in a few months. Asia just pushed through. Your scalp is just sensitive right now. Also, I do want to mention the jam that she used. This is the I'm gonna put a picture of the brand jam, but y'all, I used this jam on my head. I used the green Capcon and she had the orange Capcon, but I have got this used on my head in the past, so I'm not allergic to any of the chemicals. I'm not allergic to braiding hair. If you're not new to my channel, y'all know I do wig installs. I do protective styles on my channel all the time. I don't ever have to wash my braiding hair, wash my wigs before I install them. I don't ever have to do any of that, y'all, because I do not have a sensitive scalp. Nothing like this has ever happened to me before, so I don't know what's going on. I don't know if she didn't like me or what. So she basically she's parting it or whatever, and I'm literally like this, and then she goes through it one more time and she's just like, I'm almost done or whatever. Mind you, y'all, I'm not thinking that my scalp is bleeding. I'm not thinking that anything is wrong with my scalp. The most I'm thinking is just like, Asia, your head is tender in this part, and she's braiding tight, she's parting too tight or whatever. So she continues on, and I want to say I had probably like 30 to 40 more minutes left of her doing my hair, because she's getting close to the front, y'all, and she gets to knock out the door, and it's her next appointment. So it's about probably like going on 3 o'clock now, y'all. Her next appointment comes in. When she's talking to the next appointment, she's just like, hey girl, I'm about to finish her up. I'm about to go ahead and dip her, put her beads on, and be finishing a little bit. Y'all, mind you, the whole front part of my hair still was not done, baby. You're not about to, like, who are you talking to? Where are you going? You're not going anywhere. So the girl comes, she sits down, she got her hair in her fourth section, she has her bag, because I guess she provided her own hair. And I'm really kind of just flustered and annoyed at this point, because it's just like, why are you lying to her? You not definitely about to rush on my hair to finish her hair, because I definitely know that I'm not about to be done in another 10 to 15 minutes. So the girl, her other client is there. She's just sitting on the couch. She's watching TV. And it seemed like she knew this client, or this was like a regular, y'all, because they was having a really good long conversation, an in-depth conversation. I had my AirPods in, but I could still hear that they was just chatting it up. So while she's doing her hair, She just became a lot more careless with my hair. Everybody knows, you don't even have to be a stylist to know this. Anytime you braid the front of somebody's hair, and like I said, this is my first time getting out the job, but I have got regular braids before. Usually the stylist will tell you to hold your braids, like hold your head like this while they're braiding it so you don't put tension on your scalp. So as she's doing this, y'all, I put my hand right here and she asks me to move my hand. She doesn't say it in a rude way. She just like, move your hand, but I'm literally like holding my braid because you're putting tension like around my edges or whatever. So she says that or whatever, and she continues to braid. And like I said, y'all, I didn't mention this, but she knew that I was taking an Uber there because her parking was not free. So before I even got there, she texted me. When I let her know that I was there, she texted me trying to tell me where to park, and she sent me like a link to like register my car with the parking. I had already told her that I was taking a Uber. And also during my appointment, the mechanic called me and she heard me going over like the stuff that was wrong with my car. So she knew that I did not drive. She knew that I took an Uber here. So at this point, she's done braiding my hair or whatever. My hair is all braided up, but she still needs to cut my hair, dip my hair, and put the beads on my hair. But before she even gets done putting the finishing up the last braid, y'all, she had already boiled some water. She put the water on the stove. Mind y'all, I already had to use the bathroom. So as soon as I felt that she wasn't working on my head anymore, she was in the kitchen. I asked her, I'm just like, hey, can I use your bathroom really quick? And the girl's like, no. She's just like, oh no, this water getting cold. And she looks at me when she says that, and y'all, my face is like this. I'm like, she's like, go ahead, hurry up, because I don't want this water to get cold. So when she says that, I basically run, y'all. I do a little hip scotch to the bathroom. I use the bathroom, and also I do want to say she pulled my hair up in 2 ponytails so I could not see the center of my scalp. My scalp was still on fire at this point, but I couldn't really see the center of my scalp. I went in there, I used the bathroom. When I washed my hands, I seen my hair. I loved my hair. My hair was really, really pretty, but it was a little sore, y'all. My scalp was sore. So I washed my hands or whatever. I went to sit back down. She told me to get up, and she's just like, come. I don't want the water to get cold. My thing with that is you just took boiling hot water off the stove. From me going to the bathroom to the kitchen, it's literally 5 steps. The water was not going to get cold. So I don't know why she was trying to act like she was really concerned about the water, y'all. She was really trying to get me out of there. And let me back up a little bit. I forgot to mention, before she finished on that last braid, she had already had the water boiling, and she had already told me to go ahead and send her the money and call my Uber. She was like, you can go ahead and call your Uber. So I did go ahead and send her the money, and I called my Uber before I even got to see my hair. This is before I even got to go to the bathroom, y'all. I sent her the money, and I didn't think that my hair was coming out bad or my hair was going to be ugly. Like I said, I was already kind of feeling in the back of my hair. The braid size was to my liking. The part size was to my liking. The only thing was that my head was just really tender, and she know that she had stabbed me in my scalp a few times with the rat tail comb, but I didn't think that she actually punctured my scalp, y'all. So she's dipping the ends of my hair. By this time, you might as well say a whole 20 minutes have already passed by, and her other client is sitting there, and I could tell that she's rushing with my hair, because when it's time for me to sit back down and she's putting the beads on my hair, she hands me the, I don't know the name of the tool, y'all, but it's basically the thing that you put the beads on and they just pull it up your hair. So she hands me that, and she has me doing that, and it's just like, thinking back at the time, y'all, I didn't have a problem with it because I knew her other appointment was there, and I did feel like it was my fault that I was late, just simply because I felt like it was my fault just simply because I was late. I'm going to own that, y'all. When she told me to pay the late fee, I didn't have an issue with paying the late fee. Why? Because I was late. I did that. Yes, I had issues with my car, but that's not her fault, and it did inconvenience her, and her other client was waiting on me. But then again, y'all, even if I was not late, I still feel like she was going to be passed on time. Her other appointment was at 4. When the girl got there, it was already 3, and you still was not done braiding my hair. But at that moment in time, I felt like it was my fault that she was running into her appointment. So I'm helping her. I'm putting the thing on there. She's pulling it up. She's pulling up. She finally finishes. She cuts the ends. Like I said, y'all, The girl didn't even want me to look at my hair. At the end of anybody doing your hair, they will immediately take pictures. They will compliment you and be like, yes, girl, your hair is cute. They'll put a mirror in your face. She didn't do any of that, y'all. She didn't do none of that at all. I had already paid her. She basically was like, call your Uber. I called my Uber. Before I left, I did get a glance at my hair. She had this big body mirror in her living room. So I went over there. I did look at my hair. Again, my scalp was on fire at this point, but I did not see my scalp. I didn't see anything because she had also pulled my hair up. This is how I know my hair was not tight. She pulled my hair up in two little buns or whatever. The damage that was done to my scalp was in the middle of my head. You literally can't see that only if I like bend my head down or whatever. So that happens. I go ahead and leave. Like I said, my Uber was actually waiting on me because I had called my Uber prior to her even being done with my hair. I was actually telling my Uber, like, don't leave me, because he was waiting on me. So another thing, this is another reason. I know people is just like, how did she drive all the way home and she didn't look at her scalp? I was not in my vehicle, y'all. I was in an Uber. I don't know if y'all know, but anytime you take an Uber, you sit in the back seat. So I was in the back seat. And I was just on my phone continuing to edit my videos. I live like 30 minutes from there, from the Stylist, from, what did I give her name? I don't even know what I said her name was, y'all. Pickle Juice. I live 30 minutes from Pickle Juice. And I get to my apartment, and of course, I want to see how my hair looks down. So y'all, I take my hair out the little buns or whatever, and the first thing I see is my scalp. This is exactly what I see. My scalp is red. So I'm kind of freaking out. I'm panicking. And immediately I call my friend and I'm like, bitch, am I tripping or am I tripping? So I'm talking to my friend on the phone and she just like, how does it feel? Are you okay? And I'm telling her that my scalp is like, it feel like it's on fire. I don't know if I was like starting to hyperventilate, y'all, but I kind of felt like just me seeing my scalp that way, it started to make me freak out more, because the pain on the way to the Uber, it was kind of like a normal tightness. It was kind of like when you first get your hair done, you can't really bend the back of your neck. That's what type of pain it was feeling. But once I seen how flushed out red my scalp was, I started to like feel like I was in more pain than I actually was, if that makes sense. So I started taking out the middle section of my hair. I got in the shower. I washed it or whatever. I washed the middle section of my hair out, and then I greased my scalp. I put some ointment on it, and I honestly was not going to even text the stylist or say anything to her, because like I said, she did spend 4 to 5 hours on doing my hair, and I felt like she should be paid for her time. But the longer I sat, y'all, and I sat and I talked to my friend and I thought about it, and I told my other friends about what happened to my hair, they were just like, no, you definitely should say something. You definitely should get your money back. So it was hours after my appointment. I didn't immediately say something because, like I said, I was not planning on saying anything to her. I was just gonna go ahead and get the middle of my hair rebated once my scalp felt better. I wasn't gonna even say anything to her, but I sent the pictures to my mother. I sent the pictures to other people, and they were just like, no, you definitely need to get a refund. I told them how much money I paid. They was just like, yeah, you definitely need to get a refund. So let me pull up the receipts now. I am gonna just go ahead and have it on the screen for y'all, but this is where it really get ugly for me, and it's kind of a slap in my face. It's just the fact that people are giving you their hard-earned money, and for you to talk to people like this and be this insensitive. I honestly was not even going to do a story time about this situation, just simply because I understand mistakes do happen. I don't know, at the end of, now that I'm looking back on it, I do think it was intentional, just how her mannerism was, how she was acting after I told her and sent her pictures, and how she tried to, let me just, Asia, calm down. Let me just pull up the text messages. So where is the text messages? Okay, y'all, I'm trying to find the first one. Okay, so like I said, I had been left her apartment. This was 2 hours after me leaving her apartment. I texted her and I said, I honestly wasn't going to say anything because I honestly loved the way my hair came out. But once I got home, my scalp was bleeding insensitive, and I don't know if I'll be able to wear the style because I have an open wound on my scalp from your parting. Is there any way I can get a partial refund? Again, y'all, my scalp was not irritated. I don't have a scalp disease. I don't have fungus on my scalp. I do not have a perm. I've been natural for over 5 years. If my real followers know, I do not have a perm. I didn't get a chemical burn. Nothing happened to my scalp. The only thing happened to my scalp is her parting my scalp too hard, like putting a lot of pressure on my scalp. So I text her this, and then I sent her the pictures of how my scalp originally looked. I also sent her a picture of how my scalp looked after I cleaned it off. Y'all, this is how it looked. It looked completely better after I had washed my scalp, and it felt completely better. There's little to no pain on my scalp. I don't really feel anything. Obviously, at this point in time, I don't know if my follicles are damaged or anything, but I can touch my hair and I don't feel any pain. Like, my head feels completely fine. And after I washed it, it took a lot of pressure, and it did feel better, y'all. I was relieved after I washed it because it didn't look as bad. So I sent her that picture as well. I'm also going to show y'all an updated picture of how my scalp looks now. So she texted me back and she was like, no, ma'am, I asked you why I was doing your, she meant to say hair, y'all, but I guess she left it out. She said, I asked you why I was doing your hair. Was I stabbing you? And you said no. Before you left, your hair was fine. Question mark. ... Why didn't you say anything before you left? If I was braiding too tight, I would have fixed it. First of all, how are you going to fix somebody's hair if you're braiding too tight? How can you fix that if you're braiding too tight? If you braid tight, you braid the way you braid. And then she said, I could offer you a 10% off your next appointment. I apologize, but I do not provide refunds. Nowhere on her website or her booking site it said that she didn't provide refunds. Just looking at the pictures, I honestly didn't think that she was going to text me back, y'all, and say that she wasn't going to be able to give me a refund. And when I talked to all of my friends, they were just like, yeah, Asia, she's definitely going to give you a refund. Like, look at your scalp. Like, anybody with any human decency would give you a refund. Antibody. Like, I wasn't thinking that she wouldn't give me a refund. Like, look at my scalp. So she wrote me that back or whatever, and I wrote her back and I was like, I told you it was okay after you already stabbed me in my scalp. Like I said, y'all, I'm already sitting in her chair. She has already stabbed me in the scalp. No, I didn't know that she actually punctured my scalp, but what am I supposed to do? Jump up and lose money? I had already paid her the deposit. She already has my card info on file. She's already halfway done with my head. That happened in like the middle of my hair. So no, and I'm honestly thinking that it was from her parting my hair. I didn't know that she was actually put a wound on my scalp. So I texted her back and I said, I told you it was okay after you already stabbed me with the scalp. Like, bitch, what was I supposed to do? And I mentioned before, my scalp was not this red before, I meant to say right before I left, y'all, or I would have stated so, and you already rushed me out before I could properly look at my hair, and I'm not about to go back and forth with you. I just wanted to see if you were going to rectify the situation, and you can save the discount. I won't be coming back. You are very unprofessional and insensitive of your clients. I'm not technically a client of hers, y'all. That was my first time going to her. And two, I wanted to see if she was going to rectify the situation, because I had already had my mind up that I was just going to dispute it with my bank. It really wasn't going to be a big deal. I knew I was getting my money back one way or another. I was going to actually only dispute partial. I wasn't even going to dispute the whole charge. But the fact that you responded this inhumane and just, I don't know, y'all, her response just really rubbed me the wrong way. That's the only thing that I really don't like about the situation is that people will give you their hard-earned money, and to find out this is how you really are. Like, you don't care anything about your clients. You don't care about anybody. I used to do faux locks before. If any of my clients text me and said their scalp was irritated, no matter what the reason their scalp was irritated, it could have been for me, it could have been from them. It doesn't matter whose side it was. As a client, as a human, I would have refunded them. I would have been very apologetic. I don't know, y'all. So she was like, unprofessional, question marks. You were 20 minutes late to your appointment. I gave you grace with that. And on top of that, you came with Chick-fil-A and I didn't say anything. I did not rush on, she wrote in all caps, y'all. She said, I did not rush on your head, and all money, not good money. So you'll be blocked from booking again. Thanks you. I was never booking again. Who, why in your right mind you would think I would book you again? Why do I care that I'm blocked? You're blocked from my life. Like, your number's blocked. What are you talking about? So she's like, oh, you're gonna be blocked from booking again. I was never trying to book again, but okay. And then she wrote some more stuff and was like, if you know you have, she said, if you know you have a sensitive scalp, you don't need to get braids. Please look into other protective styles and save the next stylist time. If y'all go look on my channel, I am a beauty guru, y'all. I do faux locks, I do passion twists, I do sew-ins, I do wigs. Nothing is sensitive about my scalp. I have used all types of hair on my hair without washing the hair. I don't have to do vinegar rinse. I don't have to do any of that. My scalp is not sensitive. And then she tried to mention that I was late to my appointment. If you had an issue with me being late to my appointment, all you had to do is cancel. Before I arrived to her apartment, I told her, hey, I'm going to be late. You said okie dokie. Okie dokie. It was okay. So if it wasn't okay and you knew you had another appointment lined up, all you had to do is say, I'm sorry, I cannot take your appointment, and I would have no choice but to understand that. Why? Because that was my bad. That was on me. I didn't have an issue with that. Or you could have rescheduled me, because I know her deposits are non-refundable. Or even if she says she has no more availability and I would have had to lose my deposit, that would have been on me, y'all, because like I said, I took accountability for that. I was late. But how are you telling me you're giving me grace when I paid a late fee? You're not giving me any grace. And you didn't mention anything about the late fee until I got there and I'm already in your chair and you already prepping my hair. But I digress, y'all. So I wrote her back and said, like I said, I'm not about to argue with you about it. I paid a late fee and told you that I was going to be a few minutes late prior to my appointment. If it was an issue, you could have canceled my appointment. But no, you said it was fine. Then you turned around and charged me a late fee. Goodbye. God don't like ugly. He don't. So she wrote me back, blocked, in all caps, block. My prices aren't for everyone. And if you had an issue with my prices, please book somewhere else. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. And she was like, and those photos look edited, question mark, exclamation point. You just said I was blocked. Why are you still writing me? So after this, y'all, I had already blocked her. I did not respond. And that's pretty much what happened between me and another Houston stylist. This is another picture of how my hair looked. Again, thank you so much for everybody that was actually sincere and cared about my well-being and was texting me and calling me and messaging me, asking me if I was okay, and not victim shaming me, telling me I had a freaking y'all, that's just the craziest comment I've seen. I still can't get over how somebody said I had, I don't even know what they said I had. They was giving me all types of scalp disease and alopecia and fungus, and it's just like, y'all just do too much. Instead of holding these stylists accountable, y'all would rather blame me. Y'all would blame me. And like I said, I take accountability for being late to my appointment. I take accountability for not speaking up when she asked me was my scalp. Then when she asked if she's hurting me, when she did stab me in the scalp, I should have said, yeah, you did just stab me in the scalp, but go ahead and continue. Like I said, if I knew that my scalp was in the condition that it was, I would have not continued with her doing my hair. It didn't bleed and it did not look like that until I got home. And it's crazy for people to actually think I would have left her house with my scalp bleeding and on fire. Y'all know it's for that much blood to be on somebody's scalp, it takes time. And also, you know, when you get done doing braids, they always put that foam stuff. She did do a little foam stuff on my hair. So very much my scalp could have been bleeding before I left her house, but she foamed it up with the foamy stuff and that made the blood disappear. And like I said, y'all, she rushed me. I barely really got to look at my hair. I looked at my hair for a second. Like I said, when I see my hair in the bathroom, it was cute. She had it pulled up. There's not an issue with my hair. The way my hair came out, I loved it. I'm going to post all the pictures in there. No issue with my hair whatsoever. My hair was fine the way it looked, but it was just a situation with my scalp. Again, y'all, I'm fine. And this is an updated picture that I took earlier today of my scalp. As y'all can see, it's a wound. I couldn't have itched or scratched or did this, y'all. This, I just can't. Like, the stuff people say is just beyond me. I don't even know if y'all can see this. There's no scab on there. Somebody said that it was a scab on there. I scratched the scab off my scalp. I do not have bad dandruff. I oil my scalp front and back, y'all. Nothing's wrong with my scalp, but this is pretty much how it looked. Again, it was not from the braids being too tight. The braids were not tight. It's because she had stabbed, or like, I don't know if she actually stabbed me, y'all, but I just know when she was parting my hair with the rat tail comb, she went over it too much, and she knew I was uncomfortable because I was And if you felt that I was uncomfortable, if you felt that you didn't do anything wrong, why would you even ask me, did you stab me in the scalp? Why would you apologize for nipping me a little bit while you was doing my hair? Like, it's just the human decency for me. It's just very indecent for you to not give somebody a refund. But like I said, y'all already disputed the charge. Her Instagram also is removed. I'm not gonna expose her in this video. I do not make story times to expose people, to throw people out. I don't want y'all running to her page trying to threaten her and do this and say that. Like, I don't want that, y'all. Like I said, it wouldn't sit right in my spirit for y'all to do that. I'm not a bully. I don't want nobody to bully her. I know she doesn't care about me. She doesn't care about anyone for that matter. But like I said, God don't like ugly. She will get hers. I'm gonna post the rest of the pictures of my hair just to prove to y'all that was the only area where she stabbed me at in the scalp. And I feel like she did it in that area just because my hair is in the center of my hair is really thick, it's really coarse, and I probably didn't do a good job when I blow dried my hair out. And she didn't want to take the time because she knew her other appointment was coming. She was rushing on my hair and she kept going over it. And it's kind of ironic how she kept going over it, y'all, and the braids weren't even right there. Like, nonetheless, I like my hair, but the size of the parts weren't even. It's just the unprofessionalism for me, y'all. But y'all, that's pretty much it. I'm trying to think if I left anything out. I hope I answered all y'all questions. Again, thank you for everyone that asked me if I was okay and was checking on my well-being. I am fine. My scalp is okay. It looked like it's healing just fine. I got my ointment on there. I put my Sulfur 8 on there. I seen all the stuff that y'all recommended for me to put on my scalp to make sure it healed. Thank you. I seen that. I honestly believe that the universe will return energy. I believe whatever energy you put out into the universe, you will get that energy back. If you are an ugly person, a nasty person, and you do inhumane things, it's going to come back to you tenfold. The next person who she does like this, or she damages their hair, or talk to people like they're crazy, they know her address. They may come back over there and pull up on her, and it may not end the same. So I just know I'm growing, y'all. I'm definitely growing, because if this would have happened a few years ago, baby, it just would have been a whole different response. It would have been a whole different result. Definitely if this would have happened in my hometown, like, it just would have been a different outcome, y'all. But like I said, I'm just gonna let God handle it. I'm not gonna go over it. Like I said, I have her address, which is wild to me. For me to have your address and for you to really disrespect me like this, that's just wild. But like I said, I have grown. If this would have happened a few years ago, it definitely would have been a different outcome. If I would have been in Ocala, it just would have been, y'all, it just would have been different. That's all I'm gonna say. It just would have been real different. And on that term, I'm gonna go ahead and close the story time out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If y'all have any questions, let me know. And peace. I'll see y'all at my next story time. Mwah.